Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing my March plan with me and I am so excited to share my March theme with you guys. But first let's do a February flip through. For the month of February I did a Swan Lake theme and this was a painting of the enchanted forest in Swan Lake. This was my calendar page, so I had this little quote at the top that said, "Growth is growth, no matter how small." And I had another quote at the bottom that says, "You're braver than you think." And this quote was from Swan Lake itself, and I just thought that it was quite appropriate to add it in as well. This was my mood and habits tracker, and I really enjoyed this simple layout for my mood and habit tracker, and I had so much fun filling this up, and it was so easy to fill up. I really particularly enjoyed this kind of line graph that I did for my mood tracker, and I thought that was great because then I'll be able to see if there were any seasons in which I had a steady increase in my mood or a decline in my mood. Next up, I have my faith log and my align a day spread. Moving on, I did a February mood board as well, and I really enjoyed coming up with a mood board that I think I will bring it back for March as well. The photos that I chose to use in my mood board are photos that bring me joy and bring me peace when I look at them, and I think looking back on hindsight, I think that was what my February theme encompassed, mainly just peace and things that bring me peace. Just trying to find that safe haven to be in. Moving on to my first weekly spread, I decided to add a little quote that wasn't there when I did my setup for my weekly spread, and it just says, "Get some sunshine and fresh air." I really just love how weekly spreads look like when they are completely filled up. So moving on to my second weekly spread, similarly to the first week, I decided to letter in other things as well just to fill up the spaces and to not make it look so empty. And then moving on to my third weekly spread, I did a Lunar New Year spread and I just wanted to use all of my Chinese New Year stickers. I think that turned out pretty cute. And on the right side is this little quote from Modern Family. I have actually been rewatching it recently. I particularly love this quote from Jay Pritchett and decided to just write it down just as a reminder for me to keep moving on, even though there may be people sometimes that tell me that I'm not good enough. It's just a very inspiring quote, so I just had to write it down. And finally, this is my last weekly spread for February, and I really like how the spread turned out. I really like the lettering for all the days of the week that I did. I also really love this word definition that I've included here, and the word is abditory, and it refers to a place into which you can disappear, a hiding place. And I think that this has become one of my favorite words. I think it really ties into my whole February theme of just finding that place that gives you peace. So anyway, moving on to my March setup. So for the month of March, I decided to do a sushi theme. I really love sushi so much, and I love Japan, and I really miss not being able to travel, and particularly not being able to go to Japan. And so I thought I just had to settle with drawing sushi all over my journal. When I thought of this theme, I was so excited to just begin planning it out. So yeah, I hope that you guys like it as well. And I know this video is a little bit late, but I hope that it still inspires some of you guys. I don't know, but I decided to do 3 main types of sushi, and this is the salmon sushi, the ebi sushi, as well as the tamago sushi. And I decided to choose these 3 sushis because I thought that their colors really complement each other really well, and also because I like to eat these sushi. I decided to also draw wasabi all around the page as well, just to have a little touch of green in there, because I think it just complements the colors and adds a nice contrast to the yellow and orange that we see going around. I thought that the cover page looked a little bit empty, so I used the same 4 main colors to just make little dots all over the cover page, and I will also be using these 4 colors for the rest of the setups as well. So afterwards, I'm just drawing little circles for my ebi sushi, and yeah, just adding a little bit of highlights using my white gel pen. And we are done with the cover page. And I actually wanted to do my calendar page on this side, but I realized that the 2 dots on both pages did not line up with each other, and so I decided to just skip this page, and I think I'll just doing my mood board on this page instead. So my calendar page is quite simple as well. I'm just drawing 6x6 squares. It's kind of like all the other calendar spreads I did for January and February as well. And then on the left hand side, I'm just drawing little sushi as well, just to fill up the page. just then using the same 3 accent colors and just dotting the calendar spread with those colors. Next, I'm just using the Tittle and Jot stickers for the dates as well as the days. I really like how the color just somehow fits with my color theme, so I just had to include it. And then at the bottom, I decided to use a kind of pun to just say march on, and I'm using different accent colors for different letters. And now moving on to my mood tracker and my habit tracker. So for my mood tracker, I decided to draw little sushi on a brown serving platter as well as a small salmon sushi on the side. And I will be using the ingredients in the sushi to track my mood. So I made sure to draw 31 ingredients in the sushi. And so I will be coloring in the ingredients according to my mood. And I actually think it will turn out really cute. I can't wait to see how the final product looks like. And I will definitely show a photo of it on my Instagram after I'm done with it. At the bottom, I just decided to write down the words mood tracker. I decided to letter the word tracker with the different accent colors as well. And now moving on to my habit tracker. I decided to draw something similar to my mood tracker just so that there will be some homogeneity between my mood and my habit tracker. So similarly, I decided to draw some sushi on a brown platter, but this time it's from a different point of view instead. So I'm just drawing the same tamago and salmon sushi as usual, and I'm just outlining them in my fine liner once again. Drawing all of this sushi made me crave sushi so much that I went to eat some sushi yesterday, and I do not regret it. I had my cravings satisfied, so that's really great. I'm just using my Crayola Super Tips, by the way, for the brown platter because I do not have any Tombow brush markers that are brown enough for this, so Crayola Super Tips are the way to go. But the downside was that the tips are pretty hard, so I had to spend quite a bit of time to fill up such a big space. Anyway, I'm just using the same color for my chopsticks as well, and once again I'm using my white gel pen just to give some highlight to my chopsticks. And also for areas where I wanted to show a little bit of shadowing, I just went over the area a few times with the same marker as well. I think they look really nice, if I must say so myself, and I definitely can't wait for March to start so I can start using my mood and habit tracker. I just decided to draw simple table layouts for each of my habits that I wanted to track. I will not write down the numbers of the dates because I'm just too lazy to do that, but I will just hopefully remember which day is which, I guess. And then once again, I'm lettering the habit tracker the same way as I did for my mood tracker. And then I'm using the same accent colors just to highlight the headings for each of my habit trackers. And I think it really ties everything together really nicely. Now moving on to my Align a Day spread as well as my faith log. For this month, I decided to just kind of merge those spreads together. So I'll just be doing one simple drawing at the bottom of the page just to merge those two spreads together. Similarly, I'm drawing the little mini sushi. I really do not know what these are called. I will go and find out what they are called after this, but I'm currently too lazy to, so I'm just drawing sushi. And I know my last sushi kind of looks a little bit funny, but I only noticed it after I outlined it with a fine liner, so I couldn't change it anymore. But anyway, I'm just moving on from that and just coloring in the ingredients, and I'm just doing it really randomly without much thought going into it. Also, I decided as an afterthought to draw, you know, that soya sauce that comes in a little fish container. I just suddenly thought about it and I had to include it in my spread, so I just decided to draw it right here, colored it in with the same brown Crayola super tip that I used for my mood and habit tracker, and then I just outlined the fish with my white gel pen just to make it look like it was a reflection and just to add some dimension to it as well. And then I'm just lettering the titles in very simple font. And I also decided to just kind of tie it all together like how I wrote my tracker by adding a shadow for all of my letters using the accent colors, and I'm just alternating the accent colors once again. So I think it makes the whole spread look kind of cheery, just having a little bit more color in there. And now we are finally done with the March Plan With Me video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Do stay tuned for my weekly setup. I will be posting it later in the month, I think in the second week of March. I'm still in the midst of setting my weekly pages up, so I will try to get that video up as soon as possible. But that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!